my joy to welcome you to this special day as we celebrate our referendum building projects. Today marks a milestone in the history of our district and represents the culmination of years of hard work. Thank you all so very much for being here today. We will begin with our national anthem, so please stand if you are able for the singing of our national anthem by select members of our Dodgeland High School Choir under the direction of Mr. Bryson Minchow. The American flag can be found above the doorway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Again, welcome to this very special day. The purpose of this building celebration is to share with you the work that has been done as a result of our successful $17 million referendum. Following our opening ceremony, you will have the opportunity to explore our new and remodeled spaces. We have created a self-guided tour for you to experience. On the inside of your program is a map with numbers identifying highlights that we encourage you to check out. At each numbered stop, you will see a display with a corresponding number and brief explanation. With a very tight construction schedule, many of our teachers have not been able to access their classrooms until this past week. Classrooms that are a part of the referendum and are available for viewing will have open doors. All of the offices will be open. You will also notice a number of students and adults wearing these special purple t-shirts today. These t-shirts identify that individual as someone who can help you navigate the building during your self-guided tour or answer questions. We invite you to stop in the Commons for delicious refreshments baked by our food service director, Kathy Lamb, and to sign a banner expressing appreciation to our community for their support. Also in the Commons, you will find a kids station where children can get a construction hat and Dodgeland temporary tattoo. To protect our gorgeous new gymnasium floor, we put down these floor rugs. To get a glimpse of what the floor looks like, you can look through the opening in the large folding wall to my right or peer in from the high school hallway. So much has been accomplished over the last 2 summers. Working around our school calendar and extracurricular events was very challenging. So, despite our best efforts, not all of the work is done. Flooring in the back high school hallway, trim in the gymnasium, some landscaping work, and a few pieces of furniture still need to be delivered. But those few details will be taken care of. What I also want you to know is there are plenty of awesome projects yet to come. 5 new trophy cases will soon be filled with Dodgeland accomplishments. A beautiful new custom manufactured archway will be installed before Labor Day, welcoming children to our beautiful new playgrounds. And a stunning Dodgeland graphic that complements our beautiful new gymnasium color and design will be in place before homecoming on this large wall in the gymnasium. Adjacent to our fantastic Wall of Champions, an athletic Wall of Fame will also be installed. Teacher and coach Kevin Klieger had the vision to create this space and the drive to make it happen. Thank you, Kevin. Along the curved wall in the Commons, a new alumni Wall of Fame is in the works. Our new superintendent, Jessica Johnson, will be overseeing the Alumni Wall of Fame. These Wall of Fame projects not only represent how much we treasure our Dodgen history, but also inspire our students. In fact, all of the work done and yet to come reflects our pride as a district. Our building and projects included improvements to our infrastructure, a new roof system, HVAC system, asphalt and concrete, new and remodeled playgrounds and special education classrooms and early learning spaces, a new addition for science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics, or STEAM, and the furniture and the state-of-the-art tech ed equipment to make these spaces a launching pad for employment and future study. Remodeled spaces for robotics and our Project Lead the Way course offerings, refreshed instructional media center, tech center, classrooms and offices, safety upgrades, improved security, new phones, alarm systems, and instructional technology. A lot got done. None of this work would have been possible without the leadership and the commitment of our school board members, whom I would like to introduce to you. Dave Beal, you just want to raise your hand so they see who you are. Neil Whiting. See who else is here. We have then Neil Whiting and then Andy Omeg, and I saw Kay Crum too, right? There's Kay, thank you. You will soon be hearing from President Dave Beal and Building and Grounds Committee Chairperson Jeff Kane, both of whom have been instrumental in leading this project from concept to completion. Also present today is the Dodgen administrative team for the 22-23 school year. Superintendent Jessica Johnson, Elementary School Principal Jenny Hilsman, Middle and High School Principal Tim Bureau, Associate Middle School High School Principal and Athletic Director Marcia Modaf, Director of Special Education Paul Lahoyne. Jessica will also be speaking this afternoon. With her background as the elementary and the middle and high school principal, Jessica has rich insights into how our renovations will improve education for our Dodgen students. I also want to thank our Progressive Technology Department, who was engaged throughout the entire process. The forward thinking of Director of Technology, Brad Modaf, Technology Coordinator, Josh Dornis, and Library Media Specialist and Technology Integrationist, Christina Rollins, guided our infusion of technology. Thank you, Brad, Josh, and Christina. Dodgen is a better district because you are here. Our custodial staff and student workers deserve special thanks for their incredibly long hours and hard work they have given not only this summer, but last summer and throughout the school year. In particular, I want to say thank you to our Director of Building and Grounds, Jerry Jornis, who knows this building very well and has gone above and beyond to improve the building's functionality. We were fortunate to have Bray Architects and Myron Construction Company as partners on this project. We certainly selected the right team for the job. Their work ethic, commitment to excellence, ability to solve the challenges presented in this project, and the great communication that we shared created more than a team. We became family, and for that, I am grateful. From the award-winning firm of Bray Architects, I would like to introduce President Matt Wolfert and the manager, the Bray Associate and Lead Architect, Stacy Millsvia. Stacy manages the multifaceted details of remodeling a K-12 building and a STEAM addition. Stacy is a meticulous planner and connects ideas with designs while also managing a myriad of system components. Today, you will hear from Bray President Matt, who has an authentic passion for designing educational spaces. He has worked on many school projects, and when he speaks, you realize he understands the important role that schools play in a community. From the Myron Construction Company, I would like to introduce Project Executive Andy Dirksen, Project Manager and Dodgeland alumnus Zach Schmidt, Project Superintendent Josh Brzezinski, and Business Development Specialist Kate Winkler. The motto for the Myron Construction Company is Building Excellence, and building excellence was certainly accomplished here at Dodgeland. As project executive, Andy played a vital role in every element of this project, guiding us through each phase and contributing invaluable wisdom in our decisions. Andy was a strong and persuasive advocate for what was right and best for our building projects. Thank you. Zach served as our project manager, which is an important role. In a big project like this, you need to have someone who can ensure we had what we needed when we needed it. and Zach did that for us. What's interesting is that he also has the experience of having attended Dodgeland from kindergarten through 12th grade. So working on his alma mater made this project particularly special to Zach, and it showed. You should also know that Zach is on the Wall of Champions outside in the hallway. Josh Brzezinski was the heart and soul of the Myron team working on our projects, and in turn, he endeared himself to our entire Dodgeland staff. He turned the lights on at the beginning of each workday, which was sometimes an early Saturday morning. The work done became personal to Josh, and it shows. So we thank Josh for his work. Speaking on behalf of the Myron Construction Company is Kate Winkler. Kate has been with us from the very beginning. Her excellent communication skills helped us tell our story in a new way. She does her work exceptionally well. In fact, the referendum communication campaign won an award for school public relations. Today, you will learn for yourselves about how the new and renovated spaces are changing our students' education for the better. You will see how the building project has transformed the learning environment for our students, from our youngest learners through high school seniors. The new and renovated spaces will allow students at all levels to learn in more engaging, more accessible, and more innovative ways. But it is not possible to show you that change by only walking through the building today. So we worked with a local videographer who listened to our students and staff and recorded how Dodgeland has changed as a result of the referendum. It's a great story and one that we can all be proud of. Hello, my name is Annette Thompson, and there are many wonderful things happening in the Dodgeland School District, especially related to our building referendum work. We have never taken for granted the wonderful gift that our community gave us over 20 years ago when we opened the doors of this beautiful facility. And about 3 years ago, we began thinking and planning and even dreaming about what the next chapter in the Dodgeland story could look like. We knew that the debt for the existing referendum was falling off, and we had historically low interest rates available to us, so we began wondering if another referendum would be possible. We surveyed our communities, we conducted a series of listening sessions with our staff, we asked for feedback from our citizens and our municipal government leaders, and we learned about best practices that were happening in educational institutions around the country. Throughout the entire process, we listened and we modified our plans accordingly. And then, on April 7th, 2020, you overwhelmingly supported us by approving our building referendum. Today, we want to share with you the impact that the referendum has had on our students. And I assure you that impact is significant and enduring. Thank you for partnering with us as we strive to make Dodgeland a district that we can all be proud of. And I believe we've accomplished that with our building projects that have only been possible because of your support. But don't take my word for it. Watch and listen as our staff and students share with you the next chapter of the Dodgeland story.
We needed a space that was different than a traditional library. The new furniture is amazing for collaboration. We have spaces that are a little higher up, so if people feel comfortable standing. We have tables that are easily moved, so you can put them into just a single table with you and one other person. You could put it in a larger group. It really invites good conversations to happen in a comfortable, safe place. Often the students who struggle in traditional learning truly excel with technology because it's that creative outlet. They can really make it their own. I see teachers getting excited to share new ways of learning with their students and to embrace it too. It's like it's challenging, it's a little scary, but they really, at any level, take it and they run with it, and it's cool to see students surprised with what they can do with technology, and it's also cool for staff to be surprised and excited about what they do with technology too.
Well, this is our new and improved Project Lead the Way lab, and we started out with a room, and thanks to John Deere and other partners, we were able to fill it up with some wonderful Project Lead the Way materials and modules and VEX kits where the kids can get lots and lots of hands-on learning. So we've got children from kindergarten all the way up to 5th grade beginning to problem solve, and they're becoming deep thinkers, and they're getting in there and rolling up their sleeves, and they're making decisions for how they were going to solve these problems and making a plan. And so we're making thinkers. And one thing that they've learned is that it's okay to fail, because we can go back and we can fix it up. And that's okay. And we see that even transferring into the classroom, where it's okay if I make a mistake, that it doesn't have to be perfect the first time. I can't imagine ever going back to the way we taught science before with the basal and worksheets, and that's not what this is about. They've seen the transformation of how these students are really changing the way they think about things, how they're turning things over and they're collaborating, which are such important 21st century skills for our learners and as we send them out into the world, that they're looking for those collaborators. And so we're laying the groundwork for that. And it's not easy to come to a compromise or to listen to what someone else has to say.
The implementation of PLTW, I think, was the kickstart of it all. And now, with the STEAM edition, I mean, just seeing the kids' reactions when they came in, even the first week, and even after that, they were still like, looking around, and it's the atmosphere of the place. It's the atmosphere of, we here at Dodgeland take this seriously. We here at Dodgeland, the community, the people, we all are invested in you guys. And I think the kids got that message. When kids are learning the software that they need, that's the technology part, and then it can translate into, this is something I'm interested in, this is something that I can then physically feel and see that I did, that just, makes them, even, more excited and energized and enthusiastic about what they're doing. What they don't realize what they're doing is they're encouraging the creativity, the flexible thinking, all those employability skills that they're going to need later on. They don't realize that that's what they're doing.
So our youngest learners here at Dodgeland is our 4K program, soon to be 3K. But our 4K program is all day, 5 days a week, and they come into this wonderful place with caring adults that really teach them through the element of play. They get to play all day long. And quite frankly, as a young learner, play is the most important work that they do all day long. The referendum is allowing us to provide spaces for them that are directly related to their development. So they'll have a bathroom that's close by so that they can get to that. They have a playground that is fenced in and safe, and everything is built to their level and to the engagement of them. There's extra space to play our Playworks games. We have worked really hard at learning how to play all across our school and practicing how to be good sportsmen at the same time. And so we have space built into our playground to do those things still, but yet we still have our awesome swings and our slides and all of the climbing things that they love to do as well. And then inside our classrooms, then we have the space for different centers. We have places for dramatic play, we have places for science discovery, we have places for building, we have places for books and literacy and arts and crafts and those kinds of fine motor things as well. So all of those things, because of the referendum, we're now able to provide for all of our early learning students.
So last year I took welding 1 and decided that I really liked welding and I wanted to get into welding. So I talked to Mr. Jacart and Mr. Schultz about what they thought about me doing a youth apprenticeship. And they both liked the idea. So then I got things rolling by doing my application, talking to Mr. Jacart, and then MEC came into school, and then I found out then that I was getting hired as a youth apprentice, and then ever since then it's just been awesome. So with my youth apprenticeship, I get to do machine maintenance, I get to production weld, I get to learn about all sorts of the science behind welding. I got to learn how it started. I learned different techniques on everything. With my youth apprenticeship, I had to take the weld class there, and it's an internal weld camp where they bring in people that already work there but want to be welders. They bring them in, they teach them all the ropes, and then my boss was teaching all of us, and then the other people weren't getting the hang of it, so then he had me go and help them, and then turned out I was pretty good at it, so then now they're thinking about having me help teach. In the classes that I took here, mainly the shop classes, they taught me to fight through the struggles, say if something's not working right, start over, make it better. It's also taught me different skills that I need, like learning how to weld. I didn't know how to weld really good before I came into classes here at Dodgeland, and then ever since then I've just been practicing, getting better.
My name is Bill Pickert. I'm a engineering supervisor at John Deere in Horicon, which is about 5 miles from school. And my role in the robotics team is to be a head coach and mentor. 7 or 8 years ago when we started, we met in the library. So after every practice, we had to pick everything up, kind of tuck it away in a corner, if you will. And then at the next practice, always take that all out. So there was a lot of distraction that kept the students from hitting the ground running at practices. But now with the new space, we can leave our stuff set up from practice to practice. We're much closer to the shop space. So one thing we've struggled with in the past is being able to get some of the hands-on, hey, we need to make this part, we can go in our shop and do that. When we were in the library and in the classroom, that was kind of an obstacle, and that obstacle is pretty much fully removed now with the proximity of the robotics room to the shop space.
I started out with robotics in maybe 7th grade or 8th grade. Programming in general, I like because I can solve a problem. Incorporating math and all sorts of different skills, but it all kind of comes together with programming.
One of the intangible things that students learn by being in robotics is stuff that they don't necessarily learn in the classroom. It's okay to fail as long as you learn from that failure, and we always tell the students learn quickly. Any student can join and participate and contribute to the team, and then those skills directly transfer into stuff that employers would be looking for in the future. So as engineering supervisor at Deere, I don't like looking at resumes where there isn't something other than the normal classroom stuff. We want people that can demonstrate that they're a well-rounded candidate that can interact with people outside of the classroom.
With the new shop, now we've got the equipment, the right equipment that the kids are going to be using out there in the world. So with the residential construction class, we partner with the Brotherhood of Carpenters and Joiners, and we use their curriculum. It makes them feel good. Wow, I actually follow, industry standards on building this structure. We've got the space now to do that. We've got the equipment now to do that. We've got a concrete pad out there that we're going to actually be able to build our own structure and have a freestanding real structure that the kids can work on. So that's pretty exciting.
Thank you so much for understanding that this opens up a good opportunity for change. And it seems so simple, something as simple as furniture, tables with wheels on them seems so simple, but it honestly makes a world of difference in this particular environment.
Some students who may struggle in a strict academic setting really thrive and shine when they're asked just to get in there and solve a problem. You don't have to, show me an equation for it, just draw me a sketch of how you're going to solve this problem, or what are you thinking? And I think that has been extremely impactful for teachers as well, to see that, wow, look at the change and the confidence that a student can gain.
I'd like to say thank you for being a part of giving these kids the opportunity to learn and do something.
We hope that you've enjoyed seeing the incredible renovations that have taken place at Dodgeland.
On behalf of the Dodgeland School Board, the students, and the faculty, I want to thank the entire Dodgeland community for your support, because without your support, this wouldn't have been possible. We are so grateful and lucky and excited for what's yet to come at Dodgeland.
It's pretty neat, isn't it? What we're going to be able to do. I want to thank you again for coming today to celebrate this new chapter in Dodgeland history. Together, we have created a better learning environment for our students and a better work environment for our staff, not only for today, but for generations to come. Thank you to our community who entrusted us with this transformation. It's a fitting and proud day for us all to say, we are Dodgeland. And now I'd like to introduce our school board president, Dave Beal, to the podium.
Welcome to the Dodgeland Open House and Dedication Ceremony. On behalf of myself and the entire school board, I want to thank you for your support and commitment to Dodgeland. With the upgrades in addition to our building, we have ensured that we are able to help our students become more career ready than ever before, placing all students on the road to a better tomorrow. I would also like to thank the Bray and Myron team for the great partnership we have had with them, and board member Jeff Kane, who chairs the Building and Sites Committee. Jeff spent many hours attending meetings and being on site to ensure this project was done right. Most of all, I would like to thank Annette Thompson for all your hard work and countless hours spent overseeing this project from the start and to the very end, plus doing your superintendent duties all during the COVID pandemic. In closing, I want to thank all of the residents of the Dodgeland District, as without your support, this would not have been possible. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jeff Kane. I too want to echo Dave's thank you for everyone coming to be part of this very special day and be part of the celebration of our newly renovated facility. We're here today to celebrate the culmination of nearly 2 years of pre-construction and design work, and then 2 more years of actual construction and renovation to get us where we are today. Bray Myron team has guided us through the many planning sessions and subcontractor meetings. There were at least 65 weekly and biweekly meetings with the Bray Myron team that kept us informed of construction progress and helped with many decisions that needed to be made as construction continued. Due to supply chain disruptions and subcontractor short staffing, there's still a few things that need to be done. But rest assured, we will be ready and eager to welcome our students back in this beautifully renovated facility with its new playgrounds and STEAM addition. We are also eager to have all of you see firsthand the transformation of our facility. The new STEAM addition and playgrounds and all the renovations, it's amazing. There's so many people and companies that have pulled together here to make this day possible. First and foremost, the Bray Myron team with their expertise in school construction was invaluable. Our administrators that helped with many elements of planning and constantly reacted to the needs of teachers and students during construction. Brad Modef and his tech staff were diligent to make sure all of our technology was ready to go and everything was in place for our students to use that technology again. Jerry Chornis and his maintenance staff are still working hard to make sure everything is ready for that first day of school. But I really need to give a special thanks to our former superintendent and current construction administrator, Dr. Annette Thompson. Even though she retired in June, she graciously agreed to stay to see our construction project to completion. Her dedication and attention to every detail is evident in every part of this renovation and new construction. I'm sure she attended every one of the hundreds of meetings that I spoke of earlier. However, as was said previously, the biggest thanks needs to go to the citizens of the Dodgeland School District that voted to allow us to have this amazing transformation of our facility. We'll have a facility now that will be better serve our students for many generations to come. Thank you all for coming, and thank you for your support.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Matt Wolfert with Bray Architects. Really pleased to join you today, and thank you for trusting our organization with this really important project. Special thanks to the Myron team, another wonderful partnership and successful project together. Thank you for your continued hard work and partnership with our organization. Thank you to Stacy joining us today. She really held this project together for us. There was a lot happening. As you get through the school today, you can see sometimes building a new building is easy, right? You're focused on constructing a new building. Every room had a slightly different need associated with it. And a ton of detail and a ton of coordination was needed, and couldn't have done it without you, Stacy. So thank you for your hard work. Thank you to the school board for trusting us. I know you had a lot of decisions to make going into this process. We're very proud to be your partner and excited to see students interacting with these amazing teaching and learning spaces for decades to come. And finally, I know Annette's name has been mentioned multiple times by multiple board members. I don't think anybody can appreciate the complexity of planning, engaging a community, and then living through the design and construction process with all the other fun stuff that was happening during the last few years as well. Annette's amazing. She was tireless throughout the process. She was always advocating on behalf of U.S. taxpayers, but also ensuring that we were setting the school district and the students up for future success from a building perspective. I think when you see today the infusion of brand and color and excitement, you had a good school. You now have a great school. And I'm excited to hear for the years to come how students come to Dodgeland and how proud they are to be in a space that reflects the high quality education they're getting. So thank you, Annette, for everything, for your partnership. I know our team repeatedly says, you know, we love architecture, we love doing projects, but we build relationships with people. And multiple people said over the last week when we were preparing for today that they're going to miss Annette more than anything. And so thank you for all you have done for the community, and thank you for allowing us to be your partner in this process.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Last but not least, and please excuse my voice, I'm getting over a little bit of a bug. I'm Kate Winkler with Myron Construction. On behalf of the entire team at Myron Construction, I'm honored to be here today to celebrate the dedication of the expansion and improvements here at Dodgeland Schools as part of their 2020 referendum. Again, a heartfelt thank you to Annette and her team for the faith and the trust you have had in our team. And specifically thanks here today to Andy, to Trevor, to Zach, to Josh, and all those behind the scenes who helped this building come to life. I have to say, when you mentioned that they felt like family, I got a little choked up, so I had to put that down. It does feel like family after so many years together. It's been a privilege to work alongside the school board. As mentioned, Brad, Jerry, and Jeff Kane particularly throughout the last 2 years of planning and construction to get us where we are here today. Your team, Annette, showed incredible perseverance and resilience, especially as the pandemic hit just 1 month prior to the vote, and we quickly pivoted our communications campaign, and you guys kept the faith, so way to go. Also, thank you to our architectural partners at Bray, both for the collaboration and the outstanding vision that you've provided. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to thank our local subcontractors and suppliers for working with us to bring the district's dream to life. Myron is extremely grateful to have had the chance to partner with Dodgeland School District. It's been a true honor to oversee the construction of your referendum project, and we're certain that these district-wide improvements will lead to a stronger Dodgeland community. Once again, congrats on this monumental day in your district's history, and thank you for allowing us to build your dream.
Thank you, Kate. On behalf of the Dodgeland students, staff, and school board, I want to thank the community one more time because these incredible renovations would not have been possible without your support. The Bray and Myron team designed and built excellence, and we are going to continue to make sure that excellence happens in this building every day with our students. I also want to thank Dr. Annette Thompson one final time, who, you might not know this, but she led the referendum work over 20 years ago that resulted in this building, and then she did it once again and put in many hours of planning and detailed oversight for the renovations that we see here today. Your dedication, Annette, to this district and community will be remembered and utilized for many years to come. Thank you. All right, now comes the opportunity for you to see the building. We invite you to follow the map in the program to experience the changes inside and outside the building. There are student tour guides available for directions throughout the building. Just look for the purple shirts. There are staff members available to answer questions. And of course, there are refreshments in the commons. Enjoy.